intimidation. We're here to exercise our right to public assembly to defend the animals and to film the animals going into a place called a slaughterhouse today. Today we're at ABP and they kill sheep behind these doors here today, but all around the world there are people right now going to exploitation camps that I call farms, that I call exploitation camps that people call farms, picking them up, putting them on trucks and sending them to slaughterhouses all around the world. Piglets are being forced and being sent to gas chambers. Chickens at 42 days old are being sent to gas chambers. Turkeys are being sent to gas chambers, okay? There is no right way to do the thing. Behind me, I think it's probably likely that these sheep get taken off. They get put onto a conveyor belt, which is like shaped as like a V. Their legs can't touch the floor, and I think behind here they likely electrocute them and then slit their throat. Every single animal gets their throat slits. They are decapitated and killed, whether that's halal, standard, whatever. It's all the same. It's just that you don't understand that it's all the same.
Welcome back in the room, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming straight back. Please remember to double tap the stream and like it. And as this is a news stream, if you can share the URL, it'll help massively to push it out for when the animals come in.
Yeah, I was just thinking right now, I think it looks like that loads of workers have just come out for lunch or whatever, and then suddenly all the trucks stop leaving, coming in. They try and disconnect them, because what we realise here is when you come to a slaughterhouse, they don't want people to see what happens to the animals. They'll only let the people who need to see. They want everyone else to still be connected. They're still brainwashing them in this system, okay, guys? You don't need to eat animals, consume animals, wear them, use them to live and thrive. In fact, you live and thrive healthier without doing that to animals, but ultimately veganism is only about stopping the use and exploitation of animals. Good people do the right thing when they know better, but right now the industry has deceived you. They have lied to you, and that is not your fault that you are currently believing their lies and believing their deceit, because they want you to. They spend billions of pounds on this. Please subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. They kill sheep, little babies here. They kill little baby lambs. I don't get how people can work here. How could you work in an environment? How could you laugh around people, dance around everyone, knowing that animals are being killed here? The most defenseless, innocent, childlike beings are being stabbed in the throat here. And every single person is like a cog in this machine by working in these industries. It's not just the person who stabs them in the throat. It's the person who does the packaging at the end. It's the person who pays their wage. But the difference is that right now, you don't realise that what you're paying for literally is life and death for somebody else. You don't realise with your vote, basically with your money, you're voting every single time you pay for animal products, pay for animal testing, like with your makeup, or pay for leather, shoes. You are paying the industry that exploits and kills animals, mutilates animals and throws them in gas chambers on your behalf. It's supply and demand.
This is well good information. DJ AR, I never knew this. DJ AR is commenting back to Archie, but as of September 2025, RAF personnel who are ethical vegans can now request vegan uniforms, leather-free boots and wool-free berets, belts, etc. That's
Epic.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for putting that in there. The world is changing, but it's changing not fast enough for the animals. I mean, at one stage that would have never been an option. Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. This is a life and death live stream. Literally, they are killing animals behind the gates behind me right now and all around the world. We go to slaughterhouses every single week at different slaughterhouses to bring the light onto the industries that are hidden from you on purpose. There's a reason why you don't realise that cows only produce milk for their babies. There's a reason why you don't know that. There's a reason why you don't know that pigs are forced into CO2 gas chambers. There's a reason why you don't realise all the male chicks in the egg industry are disposed of, whether that's in a macerator alive, in a black bag where they suffocate to death, or inside a gas chamber. There's a reason you don't know that all the egg-laying hens have been genetically modified over years to produce 300 eggs a year. Naturally, they should only lay 12. They basically have so much nutrients depleted from their body that if you ever rescue chickens, make sure you give their eggs back to them. All you got to do is just smash their egg on the floor.
Where can people see more if they want to see more?
Yeah, go to the link in the description. Go and watch Dominion on YouTube. Go and see for yourself what happens to these animals. It is life-changing for you, but most of all for the animals who are right now being oppressed by you. Right, you got to view yourself, right? Right now, if you're someone who is not vegan, you're currently paying for animals to be mutilated, stabbed, oppressed on your behalf. But that is not your fault, because you might not realise this, you might not question it. But behind you is basically a line of animals that look to you. Imagine that there's a line of animals that look to you. Are you going to open the gates to a slaughterhouse and let them in there? Or are you going to close that gate and protect those animals? Because that's your options. You have the option today to defend those animals that were going to be oppressed by you, or you have the option to continue being a non-vegan and keep oppressing those animals.
There's a lot of people in the chat right now saying Jesus ate meat, Jesus didn't eat meat, Jesus didn't eat meat. Doesn't matter if Jesus ate meat. What about religion, eating animals, killing animals? Maybe just a hole.
Yeah, absolutely. So no religion mandates that you must kill, abuse, mutilate and hurt animals. In fact, most religions actually steer on the side of compassion towards animals. Yes, Jesus was actually vegan. Go and look at Christspiracy, the documentary which shows you the hidden scroll scripture. But the thing is, you don't need to go to your religion to find out if hurting somebody else is wrong. It's in your heart. Do you not have empathy? A lack of empathy is a sign of a psychopath. I'm not saying that you're a psychopath, but stop using your religion to justify violence towards someone else, because you're coming across like the devil right now. If I truly believed in somebody, they were like, you know what? Yeah, go and stab these baby lambs, go and throw these piglets in gas chambers. I would no longer follow them, because I'd be like, you're a monster. I'd want to follow someone who is kind, not somebody like that. Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, like, share, and please comment.
Just a human over here, but animals are just on earth for us to eat.
No, absolutely not. In fact, animals were here before we even existed, so that doesn't even make sense. Even if you think that, that's such a demonic mindset to think they are not here for us to eat. Like, you're not here for us to eat. Why the hell are you so brainwashed to think that? The world, has it really conditioned you that much that you've lost any sort of empathy? Why is it that if you believe in God, right, if you think, why would he give you a food source that screams for your life? They're just mocking. They're mocking.
Wow.
Disgusting.
So triggered.
Demonic. It's demonic behavior. Demonic behaviour. See what they do? These places mock the animals. They laugh at them. They're little babies. These babies are defenceless, childlike beings. Most of them will be under 1 year old. 1 year old, probably like 3 months old. Okay? They go in these places, they tell you, humane, organic. Oh, humane slaughter is a thing. See their behaviour? Mocking the animals. That's all we see from investigations. If you're not vegan, you are paying their wage. Don't pay psychopaths to stab animals in the throat for you. You can live vegan today and defend the animals. They need you so much. They need you with everything that you have, okay? Right now, you're not vegan. You have been brainwashed by the industries that make profit from these animals' bodies, their flesh, their wool, their eggs, their leather, their skin, their feathers. It's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, like, share and comment. A lot of these people will be in the meat packing area where they never see the animals. They'll be believing the lies of the other workers in here. Oh, it's all humane, yeah. All humane, as you say that with blood all over your apron and your boots. Someone else's blood, okay? These sweet angel-like beings. And it doesn't begin here, the violence, by the way, on the slaughterhouse. It begins at the animal farm where they forcibly breed these animals into existence and mutilate them.
Behind the bars 17, thank you for your comment. You put, so a petting zoo is harassing the animals.
Yeah, a petting zoo is a horrible place. It's a prison for animals. The difference between like a sanctuary is that you've rescued the animals from places like animal farms or zoos. But a zoo is somewhere where they'll actively go out, take animals from the wild to put in a prison to make profit from them, because they actually use the love a child has for animals against them, and they use that love for the animals because they want to see the animals, and they use that as profit to keep exploiting the animals. Horrific. In fact, a lot of these places kill animals when they're no longer profitable. Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, like, share and comment. I'm at Slaughterhouse right now behind me. I'm not here to hate on you guys, but I am here to defend the animals and talk honestly and tell you about the standard practice of what happens. Did you know in the wool industry, when they give birth to a lamb, a little baby, basically the farmer will put a tight elastic band around their tail. Sheep are meant to have really long tails like dogs do, but they cut the tails off with no anesthetic, or they put an elastic band around their tail that's so tight it cuts off the blood flow. Their tail rots and drops off. They say it's to prevent something called fly strike, but in sanctuaries, when an animal is rescued, they never do this. They never mutilate the animals. They just look after them properly. They also put them in contraptions where they cut the back of their legs with no anaesthetic as well. And it's horrific. They're literally mutilating these animals because animal farmers are absolute bullies.
Yeah, the industry is never transparent. This is the main point, guys. The industry is never transparent with the consumer. That you're never given a chance to know the truth. And this is why we're here. Like Mel said in the beginning, our disclaimers is we're not here to cause alarm, harassment, distress, or any form of intimidation. And we're not here to clash heads and point fingers at non-vegans. We're here to come alongside you and tell you the truth that the industry don't want you to know. It's the secrets that they hide from you. They take the truth, they replace it with secrets, and then they reinforce secrets with tactics like RSPCA assured, red tractor certification, and all the other organic free nonsense, so that the consumer never ever thinks about it. You don't ever critically think about it, let alone question it. But we're here today to challenge that. Why are we here live outside of a slaughterhouse? To connect you with the animals. When you go to the supermarket and you buy animals' bodies or you buy their secretions, you don't see the individual who got sent here. See something wrapped up in plastic. But for that to have happened, individuals go past here with all the hope in the world of freedom, all the hope in the world of being liberated and being rescued, and they have everything taken from them for a product which is optional. You do not need to eat animals. You don't need to eat animal secretions. You don't need to wear animals, test on animals, be entertained by animals. This is all optional. Subscribe, put one of you vegan. Subscribe, put two of you not vegan, but you're open-minded to these conversations. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat. If you are anti-vegan, double tap the live stream. Please like, share, subscribe, share it on all your socials. If you were in the chat earlier and you liked the stream, please double tap and like this stream too. Please go into the top 3 dots in the top right hand corner, go into the description and copy and paste that link into your web browser and go and watch Dominion. It's right at the top. It'll change your life, but most importantly, it'll change the animals' lives. If you don't take action, this injustice will last forever. They need you.
Neo put, cows are amazing. They provide milk and protein that is easy to digest and skin used for leather. We love cows, amazing creature.
No, cows don't provide anything. Cows are enslaved and they're commodified and they're exploited. Cows have their babies kidnapped, they have their bodily autonomy taken from them, and when they can no longer produce enough profit for the farmers, they get sent to slaughterhouses. Doesn't matter if you believe cow's milk to be high in protein and calcium. If you believe that cow's milk is high in protein and calcium, I believe that your indoctrination and conditioning is still very thick inside your brain, because actually cow's milk is acidic for a human body. It depletes your natural calcium stores, and there's no protein in there that you can absorb, especially not compared to seitan, tofu, legumes, chickpeas, lentils. So your justifications and your comments are weak excuses to continue for you to not change. But the whole time you put in these weak justifications in front and you're not actually addressing the issue, you're not the one who is being exploited and killed. It's the animals at the slaughterhouses that are. And if you're a kind person, if you're a good person and you don't like the thought of animals going to slaughterhouses to die, then please address this issue right now and go vegan.
Liam just put, my grandma owns a farm and she doesn't do that.
Yes, she does. If your grandma owns a farm that has, is that a truck?
Is it a truck?
No.
No.
Jeez.
My heart just racing.
If your grandma owns a farm and that farm involves exploiting animals or farming animals, then yes, she does. What animals does your grandma farm? Who's that?
Liam, who's been really interesting to
Liam,
be fair.
what animals does your grandma have on her farm? And I'll tell you what happens to them animals, or the industry
standard, yeah.
The industry standard of what happens to them.
John put, why are you vegan?
I'm vegan because, John, first of all, John, thank you for that comment. John, thank you for spending time being in this live stream. We really appreciate it. Subscribe and 1 for vegan, subscribe and 2 for not vegan, subscribe and 3 for anti-vegan. John, the reason why I'm vegan is because I saw an amazing activist, Joey Armstrong, and I saw one of his videos. I was listening to him and I thought he's talking a lot of sense. I then saw Dominion, a little clip on his video of a cow in a slaughterhouse being killed, and I realised that she was in there because I had her breast milk in my fridge. I personally demanded her to go there, and then I didn't want to be responsible for that violence towards animals anymore. I connected with the animals, I understood the injustice, I removed my personal accountability, and I went vegan. Subscribe, and 1 if you've done the same. Subscribe, and 2 if you're not vegan yet but you're open-minded to why we're here and you're a kind person. We appreciate you being here. Please put your questions in the chat. Subscribe, and 3 if you are anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream. Please share on your socials. Please go and watch Dominion. It's in the description, top 3 dots description. Copy and paste the top URL and go and watch the first documentary in there.
Yeah, and someone just said Joey just released new footage of the new investigation.
Absolutely. If you follow through what I just said about that link, it's the second link underneath Dominion. Joey's latest investigation on the Gold Cup award-winning dairy farm is there. But listen, what I was talking about just then, and the reason why I was vegan is because I understood supply and demand. I understood that every single milliliter of milk, every single egg, every single chicken breast, every single packet of bacon demanded that another animal went in. It demanded that another individual had their bodily autonomy taken. It demanded that someone else was to be executed because I demanded for it. This is how supply and demand works. And this is why we have so much influence over this industry. The minute you remove your money, the minute you stop paying for animals to be exploited and murdered, they stop being exploited and murdered. These aren't backbones of our industry. These don't stop civilization collapse. These are businesses. And they're run by absolute fucking scumbags who do the most unthinkable things to animals. Trust me, we investigate farms. We go inside these places late at night, very early in the morning. We go and do the job that the RSPCA Assure scheme should be doing. We go and do what the Red Tractors should be doing. Go and watch Joey Carstraw's latest expose on the dairy farm. Gold Cup award-winning BS. It's all a load of nonsense. It's marketing for the consumer, so you never critically think about what happens to the animals. Go and watch Dominion. Go and see animals inside gas chambers here in the UK. Go and see animals having their throats slashed open and their heads cut off under 20 seconds of being slashed in the throat. Go and see it for yourself, and then you can have an educated opinion on it.
Yeah. We've got John who asked you about why you went vegan, but I understand, I will consider it, but it takes a lot of willpower to be completely vegan.
Doesn't take any willpower when you see the victims, John. And this is why we urge everyone to go and watch that Dominion documentary, because when you see it, you don't need an ounce of willpower. You just need ethics and you just need morals. If you're someone who has ethics and morals and a heart, when you see that documentary, you go vegan. It's the easiest thing you'll ever do. You won't even second guess it. And in fact, once you actually make that decision, you draw the line in the sand and you go vegan, you go and have the Beyond Burgers, you go and get the Alpro yogurts, you go and get the Alpro custard, you go and get the vegan alternatives. You think, why didn't I do this earlier? Nothing changes for me. I still have burgers and chips, I still have pizza and chips, I still have cakes and custard, whatever you want to eat.
Yeah,
I just get the vegan one. Nothing changes for me. But do you know what you've done? It's a butterfly effect for animals all over the world. You've saved hundreds of thousands of animals over your lifetime from personally going to slaughterhouses for you. Subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat. Open-minded to these conversations. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat. If you're anti-vegan, double tap the live stream. Please like, share and subscribe. We're live outside of a slaughterhouse to bring you the reality and the truth. This is an ABP slaughterhouse again. They execute sheep here. Sheep from the wool and the lambing industry.
Liam put, my grandma has chickens and goats.
Okay, so chickens and goats, are they egg-laying chickens or are they meat chickens? If they're meat chickens, then she's grown them chickens to the size of an adult within 42 days, and then they get sent off to gas chambers to be killed. Goats, again, the goat milk industry is the same as the cow industry. They're forced pregnant, they have their milk stolen from them. When they can no longer calve, when they can no longer produce enough milk, they get executed and they get replaced with young stock. The industry views animals as a product, it's exploitative, it's an injustice. If you love animals, you cannot farm them. If you love animals, you cannot kill them. If you love animals, you cannot test on them. If you love animals, you cannot hurt them. It's as simple as that. If they're from the egg industry, then they would have been coming from a hatchery where all the males in the hatchery would have been blended up on the first day of life. And when they can no longer produce enough eggs, they go off to the slaughterhouse to be killed, and then they get replaced with younger chickens. It doesn't matter what farm it is. Your grandma can have a small holding, local free-range farm. These are the sort of systems that have to be in place. Otherwise, they're not profitable businesses, because that's all they are, businesses.
Yeah, and they all get sent to a slaughterhouse. Henry Boy Rockets put, we got chickens to get eggs from.
Yeah, well, you too, Henry, thank you for being here. Thank you for putting that comment in there. Listen, the eggs that you're taking from your chickens, they need them back desperately. Every time a chicken lays an egg, they lose huge amounts of nutrients and calcium. They've been selectively bred, genetically modified to lay 300 eggs a year. Every time they lay one, they lose nutrients and calcium. They need it back. Take your eggs. Go to your chickens, take the eggs out of their house and throw the eggs on the floor in front of them. Don't cook them, don't do anything with them. Just take them and smash them in front of them. You are going to be surprised and shocked with what they do. They will eat everything within seconds, shell and everything, because they realize their body is so depleted. They need them back. Egg-laying hens. Hens should only lay 12 to 15 eggs a year. They're laying 300 a year. 300 eggs a year because of the exploitation put on their bodies. Subscribe, put one in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat. If you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations, subscribe and put 3 in the chat. If you're anti-vegan, double tap the live stream, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to swap back in with Mel.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. Steve's exactly right. The reason you don't know is the industry want to profit from your money. The reason that they lied to you is because they know that most people are good people. They know that most people would hate the exploitation of animals. If you saw inside a slaughterhouse, you would never pay for it again. You would never pay for it. That's why they hide this from you. That's why, you see here, they've got gates here, like extra barriers. That's purely because when we turn up here, they're scared of us to show you the animals. Okay, so usually what they would do is they'd put the gates across, they'd have security here, and then when the animals come in, they literally are like, rush, 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 get the animals in, don't let the activists see the animals, because they know we have a camera. When you have a camera, you show people the reality and you show the truth, people go vegan.
I just want to say thank you so much for all you vegans defending us in this chat. You're saying some really kind things about us. I don't know if we deserve it. That's really sweet of you. Thank you for saying them things, and thank you for defending us, and thank you for being here with us. We're all part of this. We're trying to defend the animals the best we can. We really appreciate you being here with us. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys so much for being here defending the animals. It's not easy to be in the live stream. It's not easy to have your heart broken every single day and witness what the animals are being faced and have like the feeling like I can't stop it fast enough. It's not easy to then be met with such anger and violence from the public and trolls constantly sending death threats and stuff. But we're here because we know that there are good people here who are number 2, who just don't know the industry yet. We're here for those people who do care about animals. We're here for the animals because they need defending with everything they have. They're being taken to slaughterhouses, guys.
Where are you today? And where can people see inside?
Yeah, I'm at a slaughterhouse right now. You can see inside slaughterhouses. You can see what happens to animals. Go to the link in the description. Go watch Dominion on YouTube. I didn't know this happened once. I didn't know. I never thought about what happens to animals. I always said I loved animals, but I didn't know that by my money I was paying for the exploitation of animals, and I had no idea.
David Steele, but yeah, and all you do is repeat the same stuff. So you're doing it again. We're repeating the same stuff because it's the same injustice that we're putting out to the world.
And it's the same questions that need repeating. If you look at the chat, what do you see? Plants feel pain. Avocados though, protein, I'm a carnivore. What about lions though? It's all the same thing, okay? It's not the people's fault that it's the same thing, it's just because they've been lied to, they've been indoctrinated. So we will be here, and I'll keep repeating myself until the world stops exploiting animals. The animals are being exploited every single day. So the more I can tell people, the more people change, and then this stops faster for the animals. Don't forget, I'm up against these big, horrific businesses. They are only a business of evil with so much money that they propagate and lie to you. You're constantly being forced with marketing, adverts, lies on TV, and you're believing it without questioning it. They're mugging you off. They're brainwashing you. And if you think, you know what, I'm not brainwashed, what are you saying? I'm not saying that like it's an insult that you're a silly person, but if you do open your fridge and there is a pint of cow's milk intended for a baby cow, that's the ultimate brainwash, isn't it? We're humans. We should never be drinking the breast milk intended for someone else's baby. If, like, your mother only makes milk for you, okay? Why are we making cows pregnant, forcibly breathing them into existence, taking their babies away? They cry for their babies, they're extremely maternal. We kill their babies if they're a male because they don't produce milk, so they're a waste product, and then steal the breast milk intended for him in our fridge. We just get plant milk. It's so easy. We're not here to hate on anybody. We're not here to say you're a bad person, but we are here to defend the animals. The industry are evil and bad for what they've done. They're not an industry we need. They're a violent business, okay? They're a violent business. Animal farmers are bullies to the animals. Disgusting what they do to those poor animals. Please subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan.
What's going on there?
I don't know, there's loads. There's loads of people about right now. I don't know if they're going back from their lunch, if they're, I don't know.
Can you imagine working in a place that I'd lose my appetite? If I worked here, there's no way that I'd think I want to go and have some food. I'd feel like vomiting.
No, I can't believe I hear people sing. I see them dance and laugh like they're literally working for like an apple factory. This is literally a murder house. They are killing baby animals behind these gates today. They are killing animals against their will. Absolutely horrific. Only the weakest form of human could do that. Someone who doesn't have any empathy, someone who literally doesn't have any sort of compassion. They're the kind of people that could do this.
It's the puppet in the black and white top. He thinks he's funny.
Oh, they've got puppets over there.
These little man babies who think that they're big and hard because they work in a slaughterhouse.
The weakest form of someone is to bully the most innocent, childlike individuals. The strongest individuals are those who protect the innocent.
These guys, they look like they need some protein. Look how skinny they are. You guys need some plant protein. You literally need to put some muscle on.
They're probably drinking baby cow's milk as well. What weak individuals. Wonder what happened in their life to make them such weak people.
Yeah.
Guys, don't be like weak bullies. Be like number one. Be vegans who defend the most innocent, childlike beings. Please put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Don't forget to subscribe to be able to comment in this live chat. Put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Tap the live stream, like, share, and comment. Why do you think that people have these kind of tantrums, and why do you think they're extremely weak like this? It's because they don't know how to handle their emotions. Their brain actually shuts down when it's triggered, and they can only use their emotional brain cells, which is why they say things like meat, they start mocking the animals. That's why in the chat you'll see a lot of meat emojis, because they're the same people as those people there who are weak, who can't control their emotions, and they're having tantrums by themselves. Don't be like those people. Be a number one and defend animals. Go to the link in our description and watch Dominion. A lot of these same people who put meat emojis and who laugh and mock the animals are the same people who can't ever look in the animals' eyes, the same people who will never look at the kill floor because they're too afraid.
Liam, rather than keep it and I have a question, actually type your question so I can see it.
Yeah.
It'd be helpful. Just put it in there, Liam. Don't worry.
Yeah, keep asking questions, guys. We're not here to hate on you, but we are here to tell you the truth. Keep asking questions, ask away. If we don't see your questions, keep writing it and we'll get to it. What
animals are exploited and killed here and why?
Sheep from the wool industry and the meat industry, okay? A lot of people think the wool industry is like
My God, look at them.
Oh, look at how weak man babies.
Look at
what
them.
Man baby? What made you so weak, you oppressed baby animals? The strong protect, not oppress. How could they? What a child! What a child! In fact, children are actually more compassionate than adults.
Children. We have like young adults on here that are more mature than most of these people.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
In fact, children are less conditioned than people like that. Children are less conditioned. A lot of especially males who do things like that. They mock the animals. They have these like real insecure ego issues when they're around other males.
Yeah.
It's like they have to perform because they're not manly enough. Now, if you defended animals, you'd be manly enough. They're
craving to be alpha, but they're not.
Yeah.
So it's like a facade that they put on.
Yeah,
it's kind of embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. It's weak, and I see it with so many people who work at slaughterhouses. They have to like perform to the other. Like at the other one, the other guy dances and laughs as the animal goes in, trying to get reassurance from his friends, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
Because they know they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
They know that they're being caught doing wrong, so they act up and they play up out of embarrassment.
It's guilt, isn't it? Because you know, at a strawberry farm, they're lovely there.
Yeah.
At a strawberry farm,
no
they're
one
like,
gets triggered
how
at
can I help you?
Yeah.
So, look around.
No, you're so right.
Yeah, here they're like they don't know what to do because it's guilt.
And
It's
then the animal farmers who are really in the guilt trap because they know they're silent. They may like swear or they may like do whatever, but they'll never get involved with any form of conversation because of the guilt is so like deep for them.
Yeah, and they're cowards. They know. They're afraid. They're afraid of what you capture with the camera. When we put our camera over at slaughterhouses, they're like, oh my gosh, you just caught me hitting the animals. Yeah, we did. The other day, got out of the truck, they had a stick prodding the animals, whacking the animals to go in the slaughterhouse, and what I witnessed as well, I'll tell you in just a second. Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, like, share and comment. I'm at a slaughterhouse today. Behind me they killed baby lambs from this industry.